That's what this election is about, and that's what you're working towards. That is what you guys are working towards. When you knock on the doors, when you make those phone calls, what you're doing is you're turning out voters in this election. That's what this election comes down to. It's great that we've won the battle of ideas, and I know we have, because our opponents are no longer running on their ideas. In fact, they're trying to hide their ideas. So it's great that we've won the battle of ideas. Now we have to win the battle of the turnout. Now we have to win the battle of those folks, whether they're going to come out and not vote or not vote, is what it all comes down to. It does us no good that people are supporting us if they don't turn into voters. It does us no good that people are now on our side if they don't turn out tomorrow and vote, or if they haven't voted already. And so when you leave here today and you go out there and finish the job, understand that your door knocking and your phone calls and all these things that you're doing, it matters. It's not busy work. This election is not going to be decided by the television commercials or by the debate performances or by editorial boards. It's going to be decided by who votes and who doesn't. And we've got to get our supporters out there. We've got to help people understand that their vote does matter. And so when it's 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and people have a choice to keep on headed home because they're tired after a long day's work, or go to the voting booth and have their voice heard, we've got to convince them that they've got to go to the voting booth and have their voice heard. And I'm here today to thank you and to continue to encourage you to do that on our behalf. If you do, tomorrow is going to be an extraordinary day. It's going to be a day where up and down the ballot, all across the state and all across this country, we are going to elect people that are going to go to Washington and to Tallahassee and stand up to this agenda and offer in its place a very clear alternative. An alternative that will allow us to leave our children what they deserve, the greatest country in the history of the world. That's what we're working towards. We are one day away, and I just want to thank you guys. Let's go win. Thank you.
Turnout or lack of turnout from Republicans, is that the only way you lose tomorrow?
Oh, I haven't done political calculus on it. I mean, the bottom line is that this election today, a day from the final day of voting, is no different to me than it was 21 months ago. And that is, it's about our message. And the message we're offering is a clear one. This is the greatest country in the history of the world, but the direction Washington has us headed is going to rob us of many of the things that make us special. And I think our next U.S. Senator needs to be someone that will go to Washington and stand up to this agenda and offer an alternative. I think that message will motivate people to vote. I hope that it will. So far, the early numbers indicate that it will. But we've got to keep pressing forward. We're not there yet. We haven't won anything yet.
But a 7-point lead to a 14-point lead has got to be very hard.
I've never paid attention to the polls. Otherwise, when I was 31 points down, I'd be very disheartened. The truth is that ultimately, this is a choice. We live in a republic, and voters get to choose what they want their next U.S. Senator to be. And if they want their next U.S. Senator to be someone that's going to go to Washington, stand up to the agenda, and offer an alternative, I'm confident we'll win. And if that's not what they want, then we probably won't. But I think that is what people want. That's what I'm confident in.
There's a good chance that your party is going to control the House after tomorrow, but perhaps not the Senate. How is anything going to get done in that environment?
Well, again, I haven't even thought about the political calculus of any of this. All I can tell you is that the direction Washington's taking our country is the wrong direction. I think both political parties are to blame for it, but we've never seen anything like the last 2 years. And what we need are people that are going to go up there and call it out for what it is. And you look, I think we have an opportunity as a nation, irrespective of how the elections turn out tomorrow, we're going to have to come together and solve some pretty major issues really quickly. We're going to have to work hard if we want to save Social Security and Medicare. We're going to have to work together to bring this debt under control. We have to recognize that the national security threats that our country is facing are as great as they have ever been. And these things are going to require Americans to come together. I think that means you can compromise on ideas, but never on your principles.
Some Republicans are saying that they're not willing to compromise on certain things. So
well, I don't think you compromise on your principles. That's why we have elections. Voters can always choose to go in a different direction with regards to principles. I do think you can compromise on ideas, and I think there's opportunity to do that. We do need to have a governing consensus in America, but that cannot come at the expense of abandoning your principles in exchange for political expediency. There's too much backroom deal making in politics as it is, and backroom deals always give us bad public policy.
Can you name something that you can see compromise coming down the road on?
I think this national debt issue, the bottom line is I think everyone agrees that we can't afford it. We better get a hold of it fairly quickly. And I think everyone can agree that we've got to be successful in Afghanistan and that our country needs to take the threats of global terrorism seriously. I think these are issues that there's broad support for, and I hope that we can have a governing consensus on those items.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys very much. I'm grateful. Thank you.